Mar Fajardo is from that area as well?
Yeah,
and you guys used to play against each other?
He's actually one of the first people I met because before I went to my school to play, I went to his school that he was already on, and that was the first school I was recommended to. So we went out to a track one Saturday morning at like 6 a.m. where they were having like a team jogging session. And, that's where I met the first team. That's where I actually first met Junmar. And we had to run like 17 laps around the track that day.
That's a lot.
And that's where I learned, wow, this is going to be pretty serious. It's going to take a lot of work and a lot of work like on a level I've never been because I was only in high school before that. And we wouldn't be running 17 laps around a track.
That's for sure. So we talked about Junmar a little bit, but you had a chance to meet him, and what was that like playing? You guys played against each other at the collegiate level when you were both pretty young. Are you guys about the same age?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're about the same age. Yeah, because we were both going through college at the same time.
That must have been a big thing for the Cebuanos is, catching you guys play against each other in college, like at such a young age. I mean, that must have been if I was a basketball fan, I would be watching all those games.
Yeah, that was when the Cebu Coliseum was really packed. It was before they really ever had any games that got that crowded, so they hadn't really regulated like ticket sales and everything, and they're kind of just letting everyone in. And the seating capacity wasn't as big as some arenas, but they really packed it as big as they could, and it got really rowdy in there.
The Cebu Coliseum, is that where you guys played most of your games?
Yeah, that's where we would be playing.
Oh, man, I've played a few times in there. It gets hot.
Yeah, it would be getting hot.
I've had a lot of good memories in that arena, but have they upgraded the floor at all? The backboards?
They changed the name one year when I was there. They call it the new Cebu Coliseum, but nothing really changed, They still had plaster on the court and everything and little holes there. But
man. That's my one complaint about Cebu is I love Cebu. I love going down there. If I see Cebu before when I played, if I saw what we had the out-of-town game in Cebu, I'd get excited, smile would go on my face, I'd feel good, but I would dread those 2 hours that we actually had to play on that court. Like, it would be nice if I don't know if they could renovate it or if they could build a new one somewhere, like, for being such a beautiful and a great place to go, the playing facility could be better.
Yeah, well, actually, they just built a new SM there. SM Seaside's bigger than MOA.
Wow.
And they have they're building an arena there too, and
that would be sweet.
Yeah, it would be, and it's hopefully we'll be able to get some PBA games down there.
Yeah, I'm sure you will if you guys build something nice down in Cebu, because everyone loves going down there. It's just that, man, that arena is hot.
Yeah,
and my body hurts after playing on that floor.
Yeah, be burning in there.
I can, and for college games with Junmar versus Greg, that must have been kind of crazy. Now fast forward a few years, and you're at Ginebra, and he's at San Miguel. Is that a rivalry that you like?
Yeah, definitely. Junmar's accomplished so much already, and that's always a challenge for me going up against him. So that's definitely a rivalry I enjoy because I like to be challenged.
Is that something that you view do you view it as a rivalry? I know the fans, no matter what you want, the fans are going to be like, well, it's San Miguel Ginebra. It's two very large guys that are good. That's going to be a rivalry. Is that something that you embrace?
Yeah, but I just feel like we haven't really got to get into that playoff series yet to really
that would be fun.
Really live that thing up. So as long as I've known him, I felt like we haven't even really got to play each other a lot like that, because maybe we play each other just like once every conference, and it'll be months before we get to play. Not like after going through this 7-game series in Morocco, you really get to know your opponents and play against them, and I'm really looking forward to getting into a playoff series with not just Junmar but San Miguel.
Yeah, I think you guys both you're different players, but you're both big. You're both very effective. I mean, the only San Miguel, their team. Well, first of all, he's been lucky enough to not have any injuries, big injuries, anyways. And San Miguel's had a little bit more success over his short PBA career, a little bit more than, say, Ginebra has. But, of course, as of late, Ginebra's done very well. So I think the fans are very much looking forward to seeing you guys in a 7-game series, a big clash. Now, does your strategy, as far as the way that you play or the way you would approach a game, would that change? Because he's one of the bigger guys. He's also going to force you to play a lot of defense in the low post. Does anything change in preparing for that game or in your mentality?
No, not really. The way Coach Tim's been building this team, the way we've been building, we're kind of more trying to get into our team strengths than anything. It's tempting to try and listen into all the hype and live up to an individual matchup, but for me, at the end of the day, it's all about trying to win as a team. That's
good. That's a great attitude to have, and I know, being a player myself, certainly you're competitive. You want to get competitive, and you don't want to lose the battle. But the main priority. It's tough to decipher sometimes. Some players can't do that.
Yeah. I don't want to be getting into a trap where you win the battle, but you lose the war.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah.
But I find that interesting, and I'm as a fan, as a guy that watches the PBA, I'm looking forward. I think Ginebra, San Miguel, just in any series would be great, and then you throw in you two guys and your history and your size. It'd be very, very interesting. I think you guys are. Ginebra is very much on the rise, and that could happen. I hope that happens in the All-Filipino. That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully we can repeat the finals last year, but there's a lot of other tough teams out there, and it's going to be very hard just to get back to the finals. So.
And I'm sure Japeth is happy that you're back, because he had to bang with Big Junmar probably a little more than he wanted to. So he needed some help down there.